Hello and welcome, my Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers. Welcome to our timeless work, career, and vocation reading. I am your reader, fellow Virgo, Mark Angela Lyons, Mal for short. They are my initials. I am not bad. It is just spelled that way. I am a professional witch, a professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions since 1998, author of Spell Ingredients from a Professional Witch, as well as Words of Grace from a Professional Witch. Words of Grace has a Kindle version. There's a link in the description box that allows you to preview a good chunk of the first part of it for free, including the table of contents, where you will see that the book is primarily divided up into chakra chapters, different prayers, practices, and principles, different graces in each chakra. There are chakras, and predominantly the biggest part of this reading is about chakras. May be helpful. The Kindle version is lovely. It's clean, it's pristine, it's $9.99 USD, but the original PDF, which is way more colorful, is over on Patreon in our digital store. We have a store now. You don't even have to be a subscriber to shop there. Both Spell Ingredients and Words of Grace are available there for purchase, PDF, ebook format, the originals. And some of my subscribers get those books as part of their level of subscription over on Patreon, but all of them get 3 benefits in common. Number 1, a daily check-in. I send them an unlisted YouTube live stream link. Did it this morning, where we chat about the day's astrological weather, the magical applications, the spiritual implications, always a prayer, a blessing, a meditation, something to send us on our way. Best way for me to start the day, considering what I do for a living, and I am moving, picking up, packing, selling this place, waiting for our closing date for a new place up in Saratoga Springs. A lot going on here, lots of detail, but I'm a Virgo, I got this, although Mercury is retrograde at the time of this recording. Doing my best. They also get all the extended readings, all the part 2s to the part 1s. All of my subscribers get those. No extended for this one, but they're all relationship based and they're all juggernauts, the extendeds pretty much. And they also get an extensive discount on private sessions with me, spiritual counseling and readings and all of that stuff. Since I've changed my recording schedule, sometimes I can take a client in less than 24 hours, sometimes the day of. I'm good at juggling schedules. It's what's kept me in business for 25 plus years at this point, and I love it. Patreon is the best career move I ever made. It allows me to bring my work, career, and vocation together in one place with, other things going on as well. So I highly recommend it. So if you want, click the link, check it out, and come Patreon on Patreon. So I'm the Archangel Alliance, Mark Angela Alliance. You just call me Mal. Hey, my Virgo power. Cross your legs. I do that several times a day. It's my little gang sign for us, I guess. So let's do some explanation for the new virgins, which is sort of redundant, and their cross-watchers to fulfill our life purpose, right? This is a 3 levels of power reading, looking at your life purpose, which is kind of huge, in 3 different chunks: work, career, and vocation. I learned about the 3 levels of power from Caroline Myss, MYSS. She's a PhD in her work on the 3 levels of power, and there's a link in the description box to one of her videos about that. She also taught me about the 8 chakra system, which we'll be talking about here in her book, Anatomy of the Spirit, and we're using her archetype cards, which are companions to her work in sacred contracts. All 3 of these have made a huge difference in my life and with my clients, because I've been doing work, career, vocation reads for a couple of decades now for people. So let's talk about this. Usually there are going to be a lot more cards on the table for this, but because I am moving, we simplified it a bit. Only 10 cards. We're going to get 3 Caroline Myss archetype cards for what's going on in our 8th chakra, sending down the codes to the other chakras, what we attract and repel, so that we will develop the soul power, the part of our soul contract indicated here, alchemizing our shadow to light, our lead to gold, our pain to peace, our toxic to healthy, our fear to love. So we shift from illusions to truth in our work, career, vocation, because that's going to affect what's going on in the crown, third eye, throat, and heart chakras, the internal world, the feminine energy, hence 3 daughters of the moon, work, career, vocation. We'll look at the lower 3 chakras, the solar plexus, sacrum, and root, with the mythic tarot, the masculine dynamic, looking at ourselves from the outside, or maybe us from the inside, looking at people, places, and things, different relationships in the world, including our relationships with ourselves, and there can be mirroring, hence this is why it's also a cross-watcher read. And we will end with a Matt Kahn healing mantra to to bring it all together, right? It's a healing mantra to come into alignment, to become happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser Virgos, right? In a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser way, for a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser world in service, because that's what us Virgos do. So cross watchers, here's your opportunity to serve the Virgo collective, not just the one you're cross watching for, but all of us, myself included. So thank you. Maybe by taking this into consideration, what's going on in the chakras, there certainly can be mirroring. Sometimes a cross watcher, it's their read, but you do you, general reads and all of that, check your other signs. But maybe just work the mantra, right? So as you come into alignment, you'll be helping all of us come into alignment. I guess that's about enough explanation. Let's get down to the divination. Both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath if you will. And I promise you I will do my best to help anybody fulfill their life purpose, their work, career, and vocation. And I've been doing it for decades. We'll talk about that at the end of the video if you like. Otherwise, let's do this. The shift from explanation to divination happens in the still point for me. So let's go there. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Pantheonic override. A place for everything. Hey you. Everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space for the well-being of all. And with harm to none, as we will it, so let it be done. Beloved pantheons of the divine, what's going on in the 8th chakra for the Virgo collective and cross watchers in our work? Same thing. What's going on in our career? No, I'll keep shuffling. That's fine. That's not the one. Yeah, what's going on in the 8th chakra? Our career, 2nd level of power, creative intuition dominant, heart of the 3rd eye crown dominant, but what's the 8th chakra hovering over that silver plate? And for our vocation, our spiritual calling, right? That big part, the upper chakras, and this is 8th chakra, dominant level of power, visionary intuition. What do you got for us, Virgo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and our cross watchers for our work, career, vocation in this work, career, vocation read? Now I'm going to get these 3 on the table and then the 3 mythic tarot, and then we're going to look at them, work, career, and vocation individually. Yeah, we're changing it up this time, and it's working. I like it. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. My goddesses override. A place for everything and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space for the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it, so let it be done. My beloved goddesses, what's going on? Heart, 3rd eye crown in our work. What's going on? Heart, 3rd eye crown, dominant, 2nd level of power, career, our hunger, our passion, our thirst, and all of that. And what's going on in our heart, 3rd eye crown in our vocation for this Virgo timeless work, career, vocation reading. Come here, you. No stragglers. Let's get these last 3 on the table and then we'll start flipping. Please take a nice deep breath. Might as well have fun until the cards turn. Still point. My God's override. A place for everything. Whoopsie. Everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space for the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it, so let it be done. My beloved gods, what's going on? Root, sacrum, solar plexus in our work. What's going on? Root, sacrum, solar plexus in our career. And what's going on? Work, career, vocation. What's going on? Root, sacrum, solar plexus in our vocation in this timeless read. Now, this lower 3 chakras is 1st level dominant, so let's have a look and see what we got here. Wow, okay. So here we go. Let's talk these archetypes. Now, all archetypes are neutral, a spectrum of lead to gold. Lead has 3 more atoms than gold, hence the process of alchemy. They can't be created or destroyed, only changed, transformed, released. I prefer alchemized. And here we have the divine family archetype of the priest. priestess, okay? A divine family archetype written on the bottom is the shadow. Here's the light. I call this lead, this gold. We all know the shadow priest violates the trust of your spiritual community, seduced by your own spiritual role. It's called high priest, high priestess fever. Went through it myself, necessary stage, but you don't want to live there. Horrible place to visit, and you really don't want to live there. The gold you are shooting for, facilitating a spiritual commitment, serves as a channel of spiritual energy, and that involves reiki, schmakey, eggs and bakey, whatever you might be doing. Definitely a more spiritual approach. Now, this card could be a little tricky depending on who is watching this. On the inner heart, third eye crown, we have the Eight of Flames, which is the Eight of Wands, generally a positive card. But inside, I think we're really looking at throat chakra here. We might be chomping at the bit here. The word here is burnout. Now, that could mean the contemporary meaning of burnout, right? Putting out more than you're taking in. Come on, it's a Virgo thing. But certainly there are choices that are going on here that we may want to be going at a much faster rate, or we are transforming at a rapid rate, setting our desires into motion, but possibly not talking about it. This is our first court card here, the Queen of Cups, Helen of Troy, face that launched 1,000 ships. Personally, I prefer mud masks. There are easier ways to exfoliate. I'm never giving up that joke. Get used to it. So definitely a Scorpio dynamic there, right? Fixed water, the Queen of Cups. So we may not be talking about it. If this is looking at ourselves from the outside in, we'll talk about it, the possibility of being a Scorpio. If you do have any planets in Scorpio, I have Neptune in Scorpio and Generation X, a lot of us do, that may apply to us feeling very deeply, but also paying very much attention to the 8th house dynamic of money, sex, power, other people's resources, and mysticism and the occult, right? So definitely not a talkative sign. This could be someone that we are dealing with in our work. Now, I have so many Scorpios in my life, that could be anybody, but that's just sun signs, right? I don't know everybody's moon sign because they don't know their moon sign or their rising and stuff like that. So nonetheless, a very strong intuitive thing there, and I would say if this is us from the outside looking in at ourselves, I would say second chakra, element of water. That's the water one there, and it's one-on-one relationship. So to pay attention to that chakra voice in your work as you're channeling through what you're channeling through. Ooh, oh my, whoa, hey, wow, okay, in our career, we got the Addict archetype, a wild card family, and 9 different families. These are the ones that don't fit into the other ones so easily. Everybody's got their addictions. Oh, please. I know people who are addicted to being right, and when they're proven wrong, they go through withdrawal, all right? So everybody's got them, right? It's not all about drugs and alcohol every single time. Let me read you, because, like, who wants the addict, right? But wait till you hear the gold. That's what I mean. They're all neutral. The shadow attribute compromises integrity and honesty, allows an addictive pattern to have authority over your inner spirit. And as I said, I'm Generation X. I did everything I wanted to do. But aside from, prayer, cigarettes, and coffee, well, a little THC, CBD, as it comes along. I would call that an addiction, seriously, but whatever. We all can hemorrhage. You can be addicted to a pension fund. You can be addicted to anything. So the light attribute might be more the case, helping you recognize and confront addictive behavior, your own, but certainly for other people. And that might make sense with these 2 major arcana cards. Now, before I flip them over, the way I read, usually, there of course can be extenuating circumstances. When it's a major arcana card, it's all of the chakras in that zone. We got Kali, the Awakener, the Tower card. Now, it is being hit by lightning, but on the inside, right? The world behind your eyes. This can be a moment of enlightenment, right? Right? Something we believe to be untrue, or something we believe to be true is untrue, right? Taking us down to our foundations on something, and with Persephone as the high priestess, one dark pillar there, one light pillar there. Oh, reversed it. Strike that, reverse it. Willy Wonka. Persephone as a queen of the underworld, wife of Hades. Now, we've already got a Hadean, a Hades-ruled Scorpio vibe over here, ruled by Pluto. So this is soft of eye and light of touch, speaky, little, listen much. I would say the internal intuition in terms of our career, our passion, our hunger, and our thirst to absolutely keep an eye on our addictions that might be getting lit up, right? Triggered, but to awaken us that here's some lead. I mean, if there's even like a really big pair of shoes that you want, I have to get those shoes, right? This could be another form of addiction. You can take any form, right? Codependence, another form of addiction. But this is certainly about going with your lower 3 chakra intuition. Again, seeing that with the Queen of Cups there in our work, to really feel out. Ask your second chakra yes or no questions and learn its language, because mine goes, or right? Like, it's visceral, right? So this doesn't necessarily have to process all of that much, because if it says yes, it's yes, and if it's no, it says no, and that's how I roll. At least second chakra, but I would say solar plexus as well. If you feel like something's violating your honor code, your self-esteem, that'll tell you there. But if your root chakra says fight or flight, fight or fly, whatever language. Let's look. Oh, of course. Why wouldn't it be here? Sure. In our vocation, we've got the wounded child archetype. Now, all of the child archetypes, there's the wounded, the orphan, the magical, the nature child, the divine child, the eternal child, on and on and on and on. Baseline, all of them are part of the survival family archetype. The child, the victim, the saboteur in power, and the prostitute. How we learn how to survive in this world, right? The ancestral patterns, right? What we went through with our own families or lack thereof growing up, right? The wounded child, as well as what we got from society. Some people's wounded children weren't wounded at home. It was on the playground, right? So the lead of this one's all about forgiveness, blames all dysfunctional relationships on childhood wounds, obviously not willing to accept them because they're using them as currency. We've all done it. Resists moving on through forgiveness, and that's how I know when I've done a little forgiveness work and there's this thing somebody says, no, fuck them. I'm like, hi kid, it's okay, right? Because the light, the gold here, awakens compassion and desire to serve other wounded children, spiritual counseling and readings, big time. Opens the learning path to forgiveness, because a child knows that it does not know, therefore it can be taught. But no, when it's in that place, it needs more love, not less, but it's not allowed to drive, right? You don't let the kid drive the show. And how perfect, because on the inside we have got the 7 of Blades, the 7 of Swords, often a bit of a tempestuous or guarding kind of card, but here we have meditation, right? And a woman ice fishing with her woo-woo puppy there, and keeping watch, and she's not talking. Right, she's not talking, which kind of meets that Scorpio vibe, as well as that High Priestess vibe there in stillness. You know, meditation, it's a Latin word. It means to meditate. A meditare sounds like something out of the MCU, an alien race. The meditare, they don't do much, but man, do they get a lot done. So obviously Buddha was not using that word, right? So I've studied all different kinds of meditation, the Ashaya meditations and Buddha's, tantric, Western creative visualization, the Silva mind control, which sounds like something out of a B movie, but it's not. It's a thing, right? Hypnosis, subliminals, I've done them all. Not all of them, but I've dipped a toe and I know what works for me, and I switch it up. So meditation in this point can also be contemplation, and I think finding that stillness to feel what's going on in the wounded child, because who ain't got a wounded? Anybody who doesn't have the wounded child archetype, I would like to meet one just to see what that's like, right? It's like, who are you? How did you get away with that, right? And on the outside, here we got a Page of Pentacles, a message coming in. I don't necessarily always see pages as people. It can be a bill, but usually it is an opportunity. Still, it is the Ace of Pentacles that's being offered here. Perhaps an opportunity here that child might feel not so into, right, if it's in the lead, but if it's an opportunity to forgive yet again, as Course in Miracles would say, to choose yet again, because we got the ego on this side saying, screw that. We got the soul on this side going, hey, roll one, it's all good. And the hero on the journey, the personality, has to choose, right? And so that innocence of the child in its base form is all about innocence and safety. If a child feels safety, it feels safe, tends to be more innocent, will see things with clear, fresh eyes, knowing that it does not know. But if it doesn't feel safe, it's more about the past, right? So I've yet to meet an adult that did not have some wounded child stuff going on, but there is definitely an opportunity, a potential here to take a healthy seed, the Ace of Pentacles offered by the Page of Pentacles, and that could be coming from you as well as to you in a general read of this nature. So this does make sense, nor is the Page of Pentacles necessarily speaking here. So I see a through line in the lower three chakras of soft of eye and light of touch, speaky little, listen much, particularly listen inside. If we're going to give leverage here, usually one of the three levels has like leverage, like focus on that, and the other two tend to come along. I'm going to say it's really look at the addictive patterns here, right? Allow yourself to be struck by lightning, to awaken. That sometimes can be instant alchemy, like a realization, but that destroys our illusions. When I teach tarot, I tell my students, think of the Tower card as somebody who doesn't believe in ghosts and spirits and the paranormal or whatever, and then one morning before they wake up, their great-grandmother, they've been dead for 30 years, sitting on the edge of their bed going, do not, right? Go do the thing, right? Grandma, right? And then, all day long they're having experiences. All that disbelief gone in a flash of lightning, but it's inside. And as Virgos, I can see us crossing our legs like, what do you mean? Everything's fine. Soft of eye, light of touch, speaky little, listen much. Thank you, Doreen Valiente. Blessed be. So, let's get our last card on the table. The Macon healing mantra to help us heal and align all this stuff. Then we'll do a blessimation, a combination of a blessing and a summation, and then we'll talk about cool stuff if you want to hang out for it. Please take a nice deep breath. Last time. No, second to last time. I'm excited for some reason. Still point. Ascended Masters. Override. A place for everything, and everything in its place, put all where it belongs in time and space, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done. Beloved Ascended Masters, what is the perfect healing mantra to help us Virgo Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and our cross-watchers alchemize our shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, toxic to healthy, fear to love, so we can shift from illusion to truth. And there is no healing without truth in this priest, priestess, addict, wounded child, work, career, vocation, reading. Befriending pain when discomfort becomes a friend. My most limiting beliefs are healed. So I want to throw a little extra astrological thing going on here. At the time of this recording, if you're watching this a year from now, it may not still hold. Like I said, Mercury is retrograde, but Chiron, the wounded healer, is also in retrograde in the sign of Aries, the child of the zodiac. So till December 23rd, 2023. Happy holidays, right? Well, it could be a happy holiday if we're doing this little bit by little bit by little bit. And I think this probably, not that Kali the Awakener can necessarily be always a pleasant experience of the tower. Having our illusions shattered is called disillusionment, and who wants that? But what's the other offer, right? To be illusioned rather than disillusioned, not great. So befriending pain, I have used this mantra so many times. When discomfort becomes a friend, my most limiting beliefs are healed. And this is often about releasing the genetic patternings that we incarnated into, because darlings, we are not our genetic patterning. We are not our ancestral whoosy-whatsis or our social conditioning. We are immortal souls that have come in on mission to get stuff done, work, career, vocation. We signed the contract. You didn't read the fine print. Take it up with your lawyers. I do on the regular. Ready? Here's what Mr. Khan has to say. Khan! Befriending pain. When discomfort becomes a friend, my most limiting beliefs are healed. When you befriend pain, you are allowing limitations to be released from the cells of your body. cellular memories, right? There you go. Because pain is often the result of rapid transformation. Fire is the element of transformation. We have that going on here, and kind of sort of in not just in work, but career on the inside, right? It burns, thank you, Coco Peru, right? But you can't unburn a cookie. It is a more permanent transformation than just a change, right? It is essential to make friends with it in recognition of how quickly you are evolving. It might be uncomfortable and sometimes nearly unbearable. My lower back girl with this move, not kidding, oh my god. But your most profound shifts in consciousness often occur once pain is befriended as an ally of your evolution. And look, using your spiritual energy here, your mystical connection, your connection with the divine to heal that wounded child with this, big time, right? You don't yell at a kid for being in pain. Wow. I'll give you something to cry about. I'm full up. Thanks, Dad. This mantra is ideal for healing the body, mind, and soul on an energetic level, right? So that you can do, right? You don't have to rub arnica cream on everything, put a crystal where a crystal ought not be necessary, but to make friends with this. And that's why if that child can say, okay, I don't know, but I'm willing to be shown, how do I even forgive this? I don't know. Then the divine can say, ask and ye shall receive. So let's put this together in a blessimation, and then we'll talk about cool stuff. We'll talk about some cool places. In the rush hour, having a Jane Wadlin day, I listened to a Go-Go's podcast, and she was on there. All right, here we go. One more time. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. And let us end as we began. Pantheonic override. As I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine on behalf of us Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and our cross-watchers who are watching this video and drawn to this reading, may we be blessed with all that we need to alchemize our shadow to light, our lead to gold, our pain to peace, our toxic to healthy, our fear to love, shifting from illusion to truth, fulfilling our life purpose in our work, facilitating spiritual commitments, maybe to ourselves as well, and serving as a channel of spiritual energy while this eight of flames roars through us. Perhaps that's pain, perhaps that's passion, perhaps that's rage, perhaps that's wrath. Ooh, deadly sin of the heart chakra there, but throat chakra choices to be made while we simmer. Simmer down now, right? While we alchemize, while we do that Scorpio on the inside, even if there is someone mirroring that, even if there is a Scorpio in play here as a healer or a hindrance to what we are going through, so that in our career we can help ourselves recognize and confront addictive behavior within ourselves and others, which of course is going to bring enlightenment. Just to acknowledge the gods cannot heal what we will not acknowledge, right? First step of 12 and all of that, but that doesn't mean we have to be broadcasting it all over with everyone. No, even if we realize that we have been in an addictive pattern, or someone in our life is in an addictive pattern concerning our career, then certainly something's going to be taken down to its foundation on the inside of us so that we can rebuild, often in enlightenment and in instant alchemy, but that soft of eye and light of touch that we speak little, but listen much, paying attention to those lower three chakras in particular to get the nonverbal stuff processed in a very, very Virgo way, second chakra, big time. And so that in our vocation we awaken compassion and desire to serve other wounded children who might be in this, if we are not the ones struggling with the addiction, opening the learning path of forgiveness through stillness, through meditation, that Seven of Blades, just listening. Like that. As this Page of Pentacles either comes to us or from us, an invitation to heal, an invitation for a new beginning in something physical in this world, while throughout, give us, help us, give us all we need to alchemize what needs to be alchemized here as we befriend pain, because when discomfort becomes our friend, our most limiting beliefs are healed. And if we don't know what those are, well, then the pain is there to show us that there's the lead, there's the pain, there's the illusion, there's the fear. So may we be blessed. May we be blessed with all that we need to heal, to grow, to learn, to evolve, to alchemize our shadow to light, our lead to gold, our pain to peace, our toxic to healthy, our fear to love, our illusions to truth, for a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser life, and a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser way. For a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser world, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done. So mote it be. So it is. Or it's an intense read. But it seems pretty honest, I will say that. And I will tell you, it is this mantra that got me on Patreon. Yep. Threw my back out. Surprised I'm in good as shape as I am, but I've been dancing every morning, taking my vitamins, all of that. So if you liked the reading, please hit the thumbs up. This would definitely help, I think, Virgos in particular deal with what they're dealing with, bringing their work, career, and vocation into alignment. And if you'd like more of me here on YouTube, please do subscribe. I'm a lot of fun. I joke around, but I've been doing this. I've been reading tarot since I'm 12 years old. I just turned 55. Yeah, I know. Don't look at thanks. Leo rising. Rapid wrinkle repair. And certainly, if you want a deeper dive, a deeper delve into the mysteries, do check out patreon.com/drawing the circle. Best career move I ever made. Really allows me to be a corporate president, an artist, and a mystic all in one place. And they're getting a lot of behind the scenes stuff too, stuff that I don't release everywhere else. But you can follow us on Patreon without being a subscriber. You would have access to the public content I post there, and I do post public content there. You can shop in the store. We even have 2 7-day free trials for Seeker and Human, our first 2 levels of power. Of subscription. I think Mercury retrograde is still in sway. No, yeah, me, no. And there's so much good stuff going over there. So do check it out. Click the link. Come along. I love Patreon, and I highly recommend it for Virgos in particular. So check it out. Come Patreon on Patreon with the Archangel of Lions, Archangela Lions. If you could just call me Mal. I mean, come on, simpler. And if you want to book me for a private session, I've been booking clients in 24 hours or less because I changed my schedule with all this moving stuff. But we've had a lot of tower moments, right? A lot of, whoa, now we're doing this, right? So hang in there. Reach out. The video, booking private sessions with Mal in the description box will explain everything for you, with or without Patreon's intervention, what I call Patreonic intervention. And I've never turned anybody away because of finances. I won't do it. That's not who I am. That's part of my honor code as a Virgo. Virgo power, cross your legs, be in service. Because I would like this to be my last lifetime in this level of the illusion of separation. Thanks. I would come back to planet Earth, 5th dimension or above. That sounds lovely, actually. But we'll see how it goes. It depends on how I do my contracts in this life, and so it does for all of us. So thank you for watching. Hang in there. You got this, and we're all in it together. So pull up an oar, brothers and sister Virgos. We're all in the same boat. I love you. You can do this. Hang in there. Heal, hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.